And we begin at 5 with breaking news just into the newsroom. Within the last 30 minutes, we've been able to confirm that 3 St. Louis police officers are injured. One of those officers was shot, another stabbed, and it's unclear right now how that third officer was injured.
And again, this is information that we're still getting into the newsroom. We're still trying to get things confirmed. So what we will be telling you is confirmed information. It happened in the 5700 block of Kingsbury. That is in the Bolivar neighborhood just north of Forest Park. And it happened at or near the Winter Green Apartments. Right now, we do not know the conditions of the officers, but we do know they are alive. Also, one suspect was shot. That suspect is alive. We are told all of the victims were taken to Barnes Hospital, and apparently there was another suspect, and that suspect is in custody. Here is a live look along Kings Highway. This is our 100 above the park camera. As you can see, there are a bunch of police officers, so you can only assume they were taken to Barnes Jewish Hospital. As customary when an officer is shot, that they come support their comrades, and they are there to see how the officers are doing. We do have a crew on the scene, and we are getting a crew at Barnes Jewish Hospital.
That's right. If you're familiar with this area, it's not far from the Forest Park area. And as you can see from this live picture right now, a very busy scene, and you can even see traffic is being impacted at some point here as well. I'm sure police working to keep people away from the scene, and of course, a lot of activity outside of that hospital where the victims are being taken.
And that's already a busy area, especially at this time of the day
That's
at 5
true.
o'clock.
That is
Kings
right.
Highway is always busy. This is right across from Forest Park. Again, this is breaking news. 3 officers injured, and we do not know the extent of their injuries or where they were shot, but we do know that it was shot along the 5700 block of Kingsbury.
Kingsbury, and that is in the Skinker de Bolivar neighborhood. Again, if you're just joining us at 5:01 right now, 3 police officers shot. We have confirmed that those officers work for the St. Louis Police Department.
And, oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say we don't know what led up to this just
Right.
yet.
Yeah, apparently one of the suspects is in custody, the other suspect is injured, and we're also told that is an area where there are a lot of apartments.
That is true.
This one happened apparently at the Winter Green Apartments. Again, we're still trying to find out how this all took place, and we will bring you the very latest on that. We do have a crew on the way, and to get the very latest on this evolving situation.
We are learning that this is, there have been multiple officers shot in the city this year.
3.
3 at least, and so this would bring it to at least 5 because we have 2 others, 3 shot or injured somehow today.
And as we are still getting information, I'm going to check to see if we're getting any other information. In addition to an officer being shot, we are also told that an officer was stabbed.
That is correct.
Again, we don't know the extent of his injuries. This is an ever-changing story, so once we get more information, we will be sure to pass this along to you.
And I want to point out 3 officers injured. We're working to figure out, we know 1 was shot, 1 was stabbed, but we don't know how that 3rd officer was injured.
And we don't know the situation that led up to the shooting and stabbing, but we do know at least 1 suspect is in custody. You can see traffic along Kings Highway is starting to back up. You can see a bunch of police officer vehicles at Barnes Jewish Hospital. Again, we do not know the conditions of these officers. Robert Townsend is on the scene at Kingsbury Place, at Kingsbury. Robert, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Hey, we just got here just minutes ago. I'm going to step back and kind of paint you a picture here. You're seeing lots of crime scene tape wrapped around this parking lot just outside the Winter Garden Apartments. Again, this is what we just learned, that again, a St. Louis source is telling us this all happened here in the 5700 block of Kingsbury in the de Bolivar Place neighborhood. Now we're hearing, again, it happened at or near Winter Garden Apartments. Right now we have no word on the wounded police officer's condition. A source telling 5 on your side just minutes ago, again, I heard you guys kind of mention this, 3 police officers were actually injured. 1 officer was shot, we're told, another stabbed. All this while responding to an incident apparently at an apartment unit here at Winter Garden Apartments on Kingsbury. Now we're also hearing that a suspect was shot. Right now we do not know the extent of the 3rd officer's injuries, but again, we're told everybody at this hour is alive. Again, it's a very active scene here. We're seeing lots of residents standing around here in this parking lot. Jimmy, pan a little bit over here so they can see what I'm talking about. You got people sitting and standing in this parking lot. You've got officers obviously standing here on the ready. We see this crime scene tape. You've got police officers, you've got firefighters, and definitely lots of media still pulling up. But again, we're just getting here minutes ago, but again, we understand that at least 3 officers were injured, 1 officer shot, 1 officer stabbed, and again, at this hour, we do not know the status of the 3rd officer's injuries, but of course, I'm working this and trying to get the latest for you, and that's all I can tell you at this point. Brent, Kelly?
There. Now, since you're on the scene, you see the people who live there. Does it appear to be secure right now? And are people still inside of the apartments? Have they been told to evacuate? Just paint the picture from the resident perspective of what you see at those apartments.
Well, again, pan over here to my right, Jimmy, and then let's show them. You've got several people who live here. Obviously, these are people who live in this apartment building. I've not had a chance to talk to any of them. I don't know for sure if the building has been evacuated. We can assume so, considering that we're talking about a violent shooting scene that happened here sometime this afternoon within the past hour or so. But I'm looking at several officers. Detectives are also walking around this parking lot talking to people, obviously trying to talk to witnesses about what they saw, what they heard, just trying to get a better idea of exactly what happened. And if we come back this way, you can see officers back there, bulletproof vests, they're talking to each other. Obviously, they're on their phones. Firefighters are also standing by. This is a very, very serious developing story when you're talking about officers being shot and stabbed. We're trying to find out exactly more, and we'll have much more as we continue to watch this breaking news. Back to you guys.
Robert, I know you just got there, and I know that you're still collecting information. Do we know if the shooting happened? I see the tape around there. So did the shooting happen outside or within the Winter Green Apartments?
Yeah, again, let me just tell you, I believe it's called Winter Garden Apartments for the record. We don't know that at this point, Kelly. Again, we just got here, a source telling us that this all happened we believe, at or near an apartment at this apartment building. Winter Garden Apartments is the location. I just don't know at this point. I'm going to try to talk to folks to find out more, but that's all I can tell you. Again, we know that 3 officers were wounded, 1 shot, 1 stabbed, and we're still trying to find out what are the injuries of that 3rd officer. Kelly,
All right. Well, great work, Robert. We'll check back in shortly.